All right, so now that we've introduced the basic graph of 1 over x, the reciprocal function, which is these two curved lines that do not go through these dotted asymptotes, okay, now what we're going to do is what we've been doing all semester. And we're going to look at our transformations of these graphs. So first, in blue, we're going to do negative 2 over x. So write that down. I hope you've printed some graph paper. I hope you're following along. And what we're going to do is what we've been doing all semester. This negative 2 in the top, 1 times negative 2 makes negative 2. So what this is we are going to multiply all the y values by negative 2. So for the blue graph, we are going to multiply the y's by negative 2. Okay. So I'm going to go through this graph. Again, you have the table of basic values. If you don't, go back to the previous video, write that table down if you need to. We're going to go through the basic values and we're going to multiply the y's by negative 2. So here we go. The y value at this point is 1/2. Take your calculator if you need to. When you multiply a half by negative 2, you get negative 1. So I'm going to make a dot here at negative 1. This y value is positive 1. When I multiply positive 1 by negative 2, I get negative 2. And when this y value is positive 2. When I multiply positive 2 by negative 2, I get negative 4. So here is my values. So the first part of the graph is going to look like this. It's going to be down here in quadrant 4. Again, it's just going to curve toward the asymptotes. It's not going to ever touch them or go through them. That's the first part. And now the left side of the graph, here's what's going to happen. At this y value is negative 2. When I multiply that by negative 2, I get positive 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. This y value is negative 1. When I multiply that by negative 2, it goes to 2. And then last but not least, this one is negative 1/2. When I multiply that, it becomes positive 1. And so here's my graph. Again, it's just going to curve toward those asymptotes. And the blue graph is now negative 2 over x. One other transformation that we've done a whole lot of this semester is represented by this function. H of x is equal to 1 over x plus 3 minus 4. So first, the 3 is being added directly to the x. So all semester we've noticed when things are added directly to the x or subtracted directly to the x, we do the exact reverse. So this is going to move my basic graph left 3 units. And then this minus 4 is going to move the basic graph down. Don't know what I'm spelling there, class. Down 4 units. Looks like a bad word there, but that does say down. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Down 4. You can hear my daughter laughing, so that's all good. So we're going to go left 3. That does say down 4 to our basic graph. So just to make this as clear as possible, I'm going to erase the blue graph. Don't want to mess this up too much. So now when we translate left and right and up and down, these asymptotes, they are going to move as well. So what I'm going to do first, and what I recommend you do first, is I'm going to take the vertical asymptote and I'm going to move it left 3. So 1, 2, 3 units. I'm going to do a nice dotted line right here at the x value 3. And then the horizontal asymptote, that is now the x-axis, is going to move down 4. So I'm going to make a nice line right here. And you can see I've kind of created a new x and y axis. So I can do my basic points right from here, or I can take all of my red points and I can move them left 3, down 4. So here we go. When I take my points and I go left 3, this one's going to go 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to right about here. This one, that is at 1, 1. It's going to go left 3, 1, 2, 3, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, this one, that is at 1/2 and 2. It's going to go left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So right about here. So we get the first part of the graph. It's going to go toward these asymptotes. It's never going to go through those asymptotes. And then the same thing with this part of the red graph, left 3, down 4. So when I take this point that is negative 1/2, negative 2, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This point that is at negative 1, negative 1, I'm going to go left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then last but not least, this point that is at negative 2, negative 1/2, I'm going to take left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to right about here. And again, my graph is never going to go through those asymptotes. It's going to get closer and closer. And that is my transformation.